The law of club and fawn. Buck's first day on the Dai beach was a real nightmare. Buck was shocked every hour. There was no peace, rest, mercy, or safety. Every moment his life was in danger. These men and dogs were savages. They knew only the law of club and fawn. The local dogs were like real wolves. Buck saw only their wolf manner of fighting. There was no fair play. One dog named Spitz tore a kind dog apart and laughed loudly. Later, 3 men quickly buried the kind dog in the cold ground. Buck was deeply stunned. From that moment on, Buck hated Spitz with all his heart. Later, Buck was shocked again. Francois fastened a harness on him. This harness was made of straps and buckles. Once Buck saw such harnesses on the horses. Buck was too clever to protest against the harness. Buck started to work as a sled dog. Buck and the other dogs hauled Francois on the sled to the forest. Then Francois collected firewood in the forest. Buck worked very hard. This work was very strange for him. Spitz was an experienced leader in the harness. He showed Buck how he had to move. Buck learned everything quickly and easily. He made big progress in his learning. Later they returned to the camp. At that moment Buck knew that he needed to stop at Ho and to go forward at Mush. Told Perrault. This Buck hauls like crazy. I taught him quickly, Francois. Then Perrault and Francois added 2 more huskies to the harness. Buck met them in a friendly manner. But Spitz quickly showed them his leadership. He tried to discipline them at once. No one wanted to go against him. That night Buck slept very poorly. It was very cold. Buck could not find a place to sleep. He tried to see the other sled dogs. But they were away somewhere. Were they in the tent? Where could they be? Buck began to walk around his camp. He wanted to find his dog mates. Suddenly he fell down into a hole in the snow. One of the dogs was sleeping in the hole. This was another lesson for Buck. He found a place and started to make his own hole. His breath made the hole very warm and comfortable. Buck did not open his eyes till morning. After some time he heard the noise at the camp. First he could not understand where he was. The snow wall closed his hole. Buck was scared just for a moment. Then he pushed the snow wall and went out of the hole. He saw Francois and other dogs. What did I say? This Buck learns everything so quickly, cried Francois to Perrault. Perrault nodded. He was glad to have such good dog like Buck. Perrault and Francois added 3 more huskies to the harness that morning. They went toward the Dai cannon. Buck hauled hard every day together with other dogs. The sled dogs worked gladly. They were absolutely new dogs. These dogs wanted to do their work well. At the end of the day Buck learned to keep the same trace. It was a hard day. They made a night camp near the lake. Buck made his hole in the snow and fell asleep. That day they traveled about 40 miles. Day after day Buck and other dogs worked very hard. Perrault and Francois knew the ice and snow perfectly well. They always made the road easier for their sled dogs. Perrault and Francois usually made camp in the dark and took the road in the morning. Buck lost some pounds and became thin. Buck was always hungry. His half piece of fish was not enough for him. He never had enough food. He tried to eat his fish quickly because other dogs could take it. Later he could eat everything that his masters gave him. Buck adjusted himself to the new life in Northland weather. He tried to survive in the cold conditions. He learned to steal secretly. Buck did not steal just for joy. He did it only because of hunger. He still remembered the moral rules from his former life. But he could not follow the moral rules in the Northland. He had to survive at any cost. Buck's development was very fast. His muscles became as hard as iron. He lost the sensation of pain. His scent, sight, and hearing became very strong. He learned to bite the ice between his toes. He could sense the wind very easily. His instincts became alive again. Buck followed his instincts and the experience of his breed. His breed had many tricks. These tricks were always inside of Buck. They helped him in any situation. What a surprising life it was. Buck came to the Northland because of gold. Men found a yellow metal and wanted to become rich. Also, because Manuel's money was not enough for his games and his children.